What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more bridges, and we're going back to Vakenatt, which, as I've come to learn, has a long and complicated history and was only released officially in the last few years due to much fan interest and outcry. But yeah, we're going to listen to the second tune, which is called The Leap, and my understanding is this is an early version of the Aha tune, Scoundrel Days. Another one where I enjoyed it right away. It's got energy. Morton's voice is very powerful and sweeping, especially in the chorus. But I didn't quite pick up on the significance and darkness of the lyrics, just like I've Been Losing You. And I believe this is one or maybe one of the two tracks that people suggested can be seen as another chapter in the story starting with I've Been Losing You, meaning right away we get reference to him hearing a scream and he knows it wasn't his, and he cuts his wrist on the way out the door, and he's got blood in his hair, he's thinking of houses burning, and it sounds like he's on the run, and eventually it sounds like he's getting caught, but it doesn't matter because, you know, these are the Scoundrel Days. It feels very much a continuation of the violence and, I suppose, less regret than in I've Been Losing You. It feels more like just a recognition of what's happened and almost like a cathartic expression of that intense darkness. So another one where the Sonics, as I would come to learn, had a very interesting connection to the lyrics, or dichotomous circumstance as it relates to the lyrics, meaning the song doesn't sound as dark as it is lyrically, as I came to learn. And indeed, it was one of the examples where very early on the Aha family were giving me a lot of information about not only the songwriting, but about the way their songs are perhaps sneakily a bit more dark and wicked sometimes than you might expect, given the musical terrain. So yeah, a very cool tune and one that has become a favorite of mine, but I expect, or indeed I've been told, that this one is notably different from the Scoundrel Days tune. So The Leap, it's a phrase speaking to a jump, whether literally or figuratively. Kierkegaard is somewhere saying, aha. But yeah, I expect it to have some figurative meaning and perhaps taking a chance or indeed taking a leap of faith such that once you make that jump, you can't go back. Like, the kinetic motion is away from. So I wonder how similar it might be lyrically, but yeah, we'll see what it is. This is Bridges, the track is The Leap, and it's from their album Vakenatt, which, again, I believe was released finally in 2018.
My room drawn in white snow, can't breathe no more.
Different lyrics.
I got my head from the pillars of ashes and my feet on the floor. Told the girl where I was heading, she'd heard it before. Outside there was silence, the dark made no noise. There's blood on the pavement, destroying jokes. The leap is sunless, like an overdose. Won't ever take a break. Some stupid words are keeping me awake. I lost all the power and my shoulders ache. I met someone strange to me. She was running for fun. She's got no one at all. She's got a gun, and I'm in the one's forest without a place to run.
Psychedelic feel.
They come in and take us, run with me, run with you. I keep pictures of big houses burning, never knowing nothing else to do. Let's run for the steep girl, they want you to.
The running, screaming.
I got blood in my hand. Touch my body from everywhere, but I knew that I made it as I'm running through the air.
Some lines very similar. definitely that one is more of a tidy track, meaning it's not 3 weeks long, as Graham insightfully said about Vakenatt, or sorry, Fackeltog on Vakenatt. But yeah, it sounds maybe, let's say, a bit closer to the aha sound as we would come, or as you all would come to know it, and I've come to know it more recently. But definitely with a more rock sound. Definitely, it had a, I don't know, almost like a late '60s psychedelic track. It was quite fast, and yeah, the lyrics seemed notably different in a few points, but notably similar in other places, including identical lines. I wondered, like the blood in his hair, I feel like that was the same run of words. So interesting the way this tune was adapted, and the main melody, it was a bit deeper, a bit darker, but it essentially was the same melodic run as the Scoundrel Days tune that would come out years later, although technically years before. It's complicated. But yeah, cool. I'll admit, it's not on the level of Scoundrel Days for me, but without this tune, maybe Scoundrel Days doesn't sound the way that it eventually sounded. So yeah, a cool precursor to a track that I've come to know and enjoy very well. So shout out to Bridges again. Looking forward to hearing maybe the shorter and more commercial-ish sound. I wouldn't call this commercial. Like, it still had again, like a psychedelic haze. It was fast, maybe faster than a lot of pop rock tunes, so it had a bit darker and more edgier sound, but at the same time it was more radio style, I suppose, than Fackeltog the song. So yeah, looking forward to hearing more of the album and seeing just how like light and commercial they tried to go. I do understand that was part of the concept of this album, that like, let's scale back a little bit of that eccentric freestyle creativity of the first album, but either way, it still feels very much their own world when I hear that. So let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.